Very good morning. Today I'll be showing how to create a work order, how to create a sales order, how to create a work order on based on the same thing, as well as how to invoice a particular material. Here, before starting something, we did some configurations. For example, for a printing industries, here we see this printed polyethylene 3. It means that it's a polyethylene with some printing is happening. That's what we are delivering to the customers. For the bill of materials, we added these other things. One is the polyethylene, this one, and above that there are certain colors and solvents other. So this is a bill of material which is standardly in my this one. There are three ports we have been mentioned here, just to make it easier to understand. We'll start with the sales order. How to start with the sales order. We'll go to the selling module. We have to go to the selling module. Then we have to get the sales orders. Pick the sales order here. Add the sales order. First we need to click the customer, which customers we need to send that materials. So example, this is a customer that I have been mentioned. Put the delivery notes. I'll just mention as the 16, this one. And you have to mention the item code. I told you that I already selected the happy printed PE. This is the delivery date which also mentions. I'll just change the quantity to 1.5 kgs. So that's the quantity which is required by the customers. The rate which has been mentioned is being automatically set in the. So we can, based on the valuation, what are the things the rate is automatically we can calculate it. Rest of the all sales terms, templates, and everything we can calculate, but I'm not going into deep into that one. You can just save it. So it means that the sales order is, if we can just take something and we can submit it. It means that sales order is submitted. Then we have to create a from this is a sales order is the. If you go to the sales order list, this D Western products has been yet to deliver. This is the quantity. So we need to manufacture the same thing. We can create a work order based on the same thing. We can pick the items, create the, we just check the quantities, and we can. It means that this work order is already created. You can go to here, or else you can see in the manufacturing module. In the manufacturing module, what are the work orders is pending. See, there is a work order is the happy printed P. So this is pending for the submissions. So we can directly submit the same thing here. Submit. So this is, we have to select the work in progress warehouse. We have been created is, it's a work in progress warehouse. Submit, save. Then we, the configurations, we can see this is the tab view, is the different materials tab view. In this one we can say these are the materials required to do the work order. We can submit the same thing. Submit. So it means that work order is been submitted. You can see there is a job card is already created in the parallel in the backend. So after submitting the work order, we had to start the work order. It means that we are going to manufacture it. Just start it. This is a quantity which we created. Create. Then we will see these are the new stock entry. The first thing is that we need to transfer the materials from warehouse to the stores to the warehouse. You'll see these are the materials available. These are the you see, these are the red dot, means these are the materials not available in the warehouses. So the green means the materials available in the warehouse, so we don't need to get the order. What we have to do the stock entry. If you see the stock entry, it will not able to make it because the materials is not available. The system is will shows that it's not available. So these are things which we need to make it order. So here, if a production guy, we can make a material request. So it means that materials, all these materials went for a material request, and then we had to say, I mean, this is a material request, materials request window. You can save it. So this is the things mandatory. I mean, the delivery date that we need, because as a production guy, they need the delivery dates. So I'll just mention it's 13th. You can just mention the delivery dates, and we can submit the material request. This is already submitted. The material request is already submitted. From here, it means to say that here we can directly create a purchase order. We can create a purchase order. This is if a default supplier, it's showing that we don't have a default supplier. We can mention the supplier, which supplier from we have to buy it from the same. We can click the supplier here. can just mention the supplier, save. We can say like the any quantity or something, we can increase the quantity, everything we can do it here itself. For example, this is the quantity which is required. We'll just mention as we need a 2.5 kgs. It means that already additional it be, we can solvents, we can audit for, instead of 3 we can audit for 1 liter. So it will be already it will be available in the stock. For example, this color magenta, we can add it extra here, because based on the requirement we can add it here approximately. We can save the purchase order. Here itself we can submit the purchase order, and we can submit the same thing. It means that I'm talking about this is mostly carried out with the purchase department itself. This is the limit cross, that so it's not an issue. The system has been generating the same thing. So the purchase order is already created. So these are the materials which is already created. We can create the purchase invoice here itself. Create the purchase invoice. Then we have to. There are two methods. There is one is that purchase receipt and the purchase invoice. So here itself, I'm just ticking the update stock. It means that when we receiving the purchase invoice, the stock is already updated in the warehouse. So we don't need to create an purchase receipt separately. We can directly save it here. And once this has been saved, it means that expense side has been changed. Nothing has been. It's only a warning message. So we can directly submit the same thing. It means that the purchase invoice is created and the materials already mentioned in the warehouse. We can do one thing. We can go to the manufacturing module. So what are the materials available? We can see again in the manufacturing module. What are the things are there? If you go to the work order, it means that this is not started. We have to start the same thing, because we already got the materials. We can start the quantity, items and everything. If you check the items, this is already all in green. It means that materials are already there in stock. So we can save it. The stock entry, basically that is a part of the same thing. You can submit the stock entry. That is any part of the manufacturing. First we have to do the stock entries. Now the stock entry is completed. It means that then we have to start the manufacturing process again. So we just go here, see the work in progress is the we need to see the job cards associated with the same thing. If you go to the manufacturing module, the job card, click the job card, because there is job card associated with that particular this one. This is open. We can start the job. We can select the employees. It means that what are the employees are selecting, it will get a perfectly. You can trace them all the details, who made the work orders and everything. Here the quantity and everything, we can mention the completed quantity as 1.5 kgs. 1.5 kgs, that is what we these things. Complete job, submit. So it means that this form is modified already. We have to refresh it, because the certain changes which we made, no, we have to do the refresh again. Save it. Wait. The job card is completed. Then we have to go to the finish, and then we have to make a create button. So it means that stock entry is already done. If you go to the items, these things already the happy printed 1.5 kg already made in a new stock. This all those things has been already reduced from the stock. You can save it, the stock and read, and then we can submit the same thing. So that is how it's been right now. This one, if you go to the accounting module, not accounting module, if you go to the sales, this one, selling, this one, can see that sales order, this need to be delivered. We can directly create a say delivery note, or what are the sales invoice from here itself, and we can directly, the materials is everything right, the amount is already right, we can do the same, and we can submit the same thing. So this is how missing fields payment exchange, and it's not really required. What I suggest that the sales invoice is created, and then we can directly create it, the delivery note here itself. You can see the delivery note. Then we have to create the delivery account, the material is already there, or if you're not delivering the partial quantity, we just mentioned is that 1.0 kg, 1 kg. So we can say it, submit. So the delivery unit is already created. We can do all those things, delivery trip, order things, we can already start it from here. This is how a entire operations it's happening in the ERPNext. If you go to the selling module, what are the pending sold sales orders, everything we can show it from the as a report itself. So this is the percentage it's been already delivered. This shows the percentage is already, this shows annual communications yet to be delivered. This is all the operations and everything has been mentioned in the ERPNext. Thank you.